We'll get things underway. Cloud9 will start on the T side. Sticko standing in. And he'll purchase armor. So far, a lot of utility for Cloud9. So you'd expect a fast play, potentially toward B. You've got two smokes to cut off both CT and Coffins. Bunch of flashes as well to discombobulate any defenders when they run in. But I say that and they head toward alt mid instead.
Well, here we go. Let's see if there's any aggression from the CTs whatsoever. Dennis and Forest, quite the deadly duo. And they'll be falling back. It's a nice little smoke from Cloud9 to give them some arch access here. You can see there is a bit of a gap there. Dennis might be able to capitalize on that. Sticko doing a little bit of damage through, and even more so from Rush. Forest, though, like we said, great with the pistols, but it's an equal exchange for now. 3 versus 3. The A site is open. Forest resides in the library, but that bomb, that's all the way to the top of middle, so no quick plan from Cloud9 here.
Smart play from Skadoodle, though. He did get the kill toward the arch. He knew he had the bomb, backed away with it, and already caused the rotation toward the library. Knowing that automatic had secured pit, no need to overextend. So Forest to hold as they wrap back around. He's got both kills so far for NiP. The USP in hand. A kit for Lekro, but no utility to work in. They've got to do it straight up. Still a flash for Skadoodle to work with as well, which can certainly be disorienting for anyone who dares try and take the fight. Forest sees it coming, manages to turn, but Lekro's caught out by it. Skadoodle with the shot, and he'll follow it up. As Forest falls, it's all to res, 1 versus 2. They've got him completely covered off, and a good swing by automatic. Pulls out Skadoodle, and he's allowed to get the shot.
Nothing too flashy there from Cloud9, but it gets the job done. One smoke towards the quad side of middle. Like we said, not the best smoke. There was a massive gap in it. Took a little bit of damage there, but actually almost worked out for them in the end. He granted them the first kill and took down a massive scalp in the form of Dennis. At that point, they just traded out frags, had the open A site. Not the quickest of plants, but Skadoodle gets it down, and then he finds a few more frags. That flashbang he deployed that you mentioned was actually instrumental in the victory there. The fact he threw that, turned 2 of them away. He comes out, finds 1. Headshots the other, and for now we get into round number 2. 1-0 of course for Cloud9. Only 1 AK-47 to speed in round number 2. I think that's fine on a map like Inferno though. 3 UMPs and MP7, a weapon we'll see more of. I guess we should know this is the first tournament at least we've seen that's got the latest patch. That's the CZ nerf, and I guess a buff on the MP7 is cheaper now. And we'll see whether these pistols of NiP will lead to any sort of success. Doesn't look like it so far. Forest will be dropped as well. He finds 1 frag, but that's almost in vain as the round is almost certainly going to fall away from NiP. Get right and Rez looking for some exit kills perhaps.
Tarek holding at the top side of mid. Smoke still down. He'll swing and just make sure that no one is pushing back up middle behind them. He will, or should, potentially find Get Right. Rez is beside him toward the apartments, but 2-0 for Cloud9 to start it off. Keeping track of Sticko, as we often do with our stand-ins, just to make mention of it. No kills so far, we're early yet, and oftentimes kills don't determine contribution, especially for a player who's standing in first game with this lineup. But as it's of interest, and many people will scrutinize, we'll keep you updated. Automatic takes down Get Right, just 1 to find. It's Rez, just the Deagle and smoke, so it's not like there's armor to take off of him, but the Deagle can be menacing. They won't go any further, at least not yet. I don't think they will at all. There's not much worth it in terms of the risk, and they've got 3 UMPs to carry over.
Yeah, that's always the case. If sure, you might be able to find another $600, but there's a chance he finds a kill, then you end up losing, what, $4 grand worth of kit. Might as well just hold up and let him save 1 pistol. It's not really going to be a deciding factor going forward in the game. So 1 Deagle saved, pretty much a full eco now for NiP. Rez doesn't even have the armor to work with here. So just maybe a stack towards B is quite a common strat, but for now, Cloud9 looking pretty decent. They're going to have a bit of a bonus round going forward with the 3 UMPs. That suggests something very fast and a 5-man push somewhere to kick things off in that first gun round. But for now, just trying to find the kills they can. Rez, the only player with any sort of upgraded pistol, he holds towards B. And he had a smoke for him in the previous round as well. Sprays that Deagle, but no damage found just yet.
Hoping that Skadoodle would step back out. So the 5-man rush wasn't exactly in the cards. They did certainly take banana control as quickly as possible. They'll leave the 5th rush all the way over. Speaking of 5-man rush, he is number 5 on the minimap, and he'll be over toward the apartments. Molotov bounce play, oranges 2. 1 as well toward Emo. That will force a player out of position. It's Rez that's got to swing in behind the pillar with that Deagle. The only one carried over, and you're right, it's not a determining factor because Sticko's found 2 kills. Lekro's managed to poach off 2 with the P2000, but Rush and Skadoodle will call it even as Forrest left alive at a 1 versus 3. Bomb not yet planted, but they're not actually going to overextend in planting it. They're just waiting for Forrest to show himself instead. Skadoodle smoked out, had to be a bit careful. That'll pull automatic from the left side.
Well, Forrest can't really do much about this, I'm afraid. Bomb to go down. 3 players that know exactly where he is now. He's smoked out of the CT spawn entrance, just hoping that if someone gets a little bit overzealous towards the ruins area, perhaps, as he holds up, just tries to waste as much time as possible here. Allow him to have a quick discussion as to what's happening next round. He knows he can't win this, of course. Can he find anything else? Apparently not. Down he goes, and they got a couple of kills. That was courtesy of Lekro. The new signing, of course, we'll be following his action as well. Haven't really seen much from him since joining the squad. Obviously replacing Trust.
Immediately. Team kill actually showed up on that, apparently. Lekro, did he? Might have killed himself there. Sticko either way. Did find kills and get on the board, which is important. He's gone to the AK-47. T-sided op already for Skadoodle, which is encouraging because we used to say that Skadoodle was far too passive. He's certainly addressed that in the last year. Took some time off. Almost seemed at one point he might not continue with Cloud9, but he's since come back.
Yeah, he certainly has. We'll see whether he can have a decent tournament here. AWP though, and remember the force buy from NiP does stifle them here. They're even going to shoot each other to make things even more problematic. So get right on the FAMAS. He's the only player over kits. They've got very little utility, and that's why they're playing a little bit more of an aggressive stance towards B. You can see Rez right at the barrels there. And for now, this default looking quite good for Cloud9. They've already got the apartments. No banana control, but that's fine. The bomb's still down at T-Sep. Suggests that it's going to be trying to bleed out whatever little utility that the CTs have at this point. Get right. And Lekro both falling back from B. Trying to boost their chances of the A-bomb site here. Pre-fire from Tarek towards the booster position of Quad. They've already smoked Art. That's why he's so confident to peek that position. Knows he can't really be shot in the back. If Rez goes down, that is pretty much round over. He knows he has to get information like he is right now, shoulder peek that corner, and as soon as he spots anyone, especially with 40 seconds remaining, he's dropping that smoke right at the half wall. Flashbanging, he'll drop that smoke now and fall back. So a little bit deeper than I expected. I thought he might put at the half wall and try and fight them off a little bit there, but I guess this is absolutely fine as well. 20 seconds remaining now. What's the play from Cloud9? I feel like they might have done themselves in here because, as you can see, they're rotating back towards B. Is it going to be some sort of CT spawn split? I don't think they have time to pull off this sort of maneuver, but time will tell as they will commit. Only 2 players going in the main entrance.
So yeah, this has to be planted immediately, and there's still a player toward Coffins. You're right, they wanted to split. Automatic got flashed around and get caught out. Get right drops the bomb round, done. Skadoodle's got to run back and try and save the AWP, and Rush went down after the time, so no money for him. And NiP find their first round, and in a rather spectacular fashion. That's about as good as it gets in terms of taking money away from Rush.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what Cloud9 are up to today. Obviously, they're not going to be as coordinated as usual. They've just brought Sticko in, but surely someone's watching the clock and thinking, boys, we haven't got enough time for this. Like they had a nice approach at the beginning. The default was working out. They baited out most utility, but no information towards B made things incredibly problematic. If you don't show any presence at the very start of the round, it means players like Rez have their smoke right until the last second. He drops that smoke at 40. I think it was even 35 seconds. You're in a lot of trouble because that's 20 seconds you can't really go in towards that bomb site. And if you do, you're going to get mowed down. So you saw how that was very difficult for Cloud9. They can still bounce back here, but they barely got any kills in the previous round. Need to be working a little bit faster here, as it's the exact same setup from the previous round. Rez alone, no AWP, but he's a great aimer. And now you can see them operating much faster towards middle. Nice nade, though, from Dennis to find that initial damage.
So Rush still with residual cash is able to get an AK-47. Tarek will go on to the Galil along with Sticko. Damage distributed their way via a nade. Crossfire entry potential for Automatic and Sticko to work top mid. Tarek, meanwhile, investigating over toward B. They'll take late banana control as a result of that. Doesn't want to get too aggressive, but at least gets toward the logs. Take it back. They're going to go. And in going, they're going to call for his rotation back that direction. Skadoodle, good find on Get Right, but it's not unanswered as they actually sit 3 versus 3. Dennis is very low. And they're smoked off in front library. That should allow the bomb plant at default. So Dennis has to wrap back around and be very careful. Work off his teammate, potentially go for trades, and Tarek wants to push through. He could catch Lekro off. He's got them both in his sights and both go down. It's just Rez remaining.
Lovely work there from Tarek. Really enjoyed that. That should solidify the round. But Rez definitely have a chance to win this one. Doesn't have a kit or any grenades, and the bomb is ticking at some considerable pace now. As long as they play together here, Cloud9 can't really lose the round. There it is. Great crossfire set up towards the bomb site. And the graveyard, of course, as it will be rushed to find the killing blow, and quite a harsh reset. Even with the lack of kills in the previous round, remember, NiP was so stretched in that previous one, they had to rebuy every single grenade. That's a lot of investment there. It would have taken most of them down to about $500. So get right. You'll get the absolute bare minimum, $1,400 for 1 round loss bonus. 4-1, really not looking too good. This does not bode well in a best of 1. And you've just been reset and you're on the CT side. It's going to be a guaranteed 5-1. Could it go a bit further? Do they force buy in the next round? I would say, let's have a look at it. So $1,900 into the next. I would say they probably do buy. Means Get Right's going to be like a shotgun or a CZ. We'll see what he goes for as Rez just swallows the grenade at the start of the round there.
Yeah. Tank that one. So 41 HP. Skadoodle. Checking towards top mid, still holding onto that T-sided AWP. Contribution with it. Got kill in the last round. He's actually 5-0 right now, Skadoodle, by the way.
Yeah, yet to die. So,
which is the opposite of James Bardoff.
Indeed. Well, we'll see. P250, Deagle. Rez, remember, he did get naded at the very start. I like that Cloud9 have been so methodical on their anti-eco rounds. I really appreciate that. A lot of teams like to just run around and just run a fast default, hope to find the kills. These guys are making sure that they're using the buddy system there. You can see Automatic got a bit of trouble. Tarax had to back him up. Lekro, fantastic Deagle on him. He probably gets 1 kill out of this.
The best part of it all, fair enough, he tried. He got some damage. Tarax on 1 HP, in fact, so a good amount of damage. The best part of it all is that they played it slow and methodical, and oftentimes teams overcommit to that playstyle and leave themselves very little time to work with. They were still entering a site with 30 seconds, despite playing that buddy system.
Yeah, it was good. It was clean. It was fast-paced. Just get it done. Use the utility. And just 1 player remaining. That's Rez. He was on 41 HP. He'll be holding towards the bridge area, but not for long. Nice shot from Sticko. As he finds the final frag. Not a single kill given away there, as Skadoodle keeps his perfect game going. So then, we'll get into round number 7. Orbs out for Dennis. Remember, they do have a bit of an AWP problem here in NiP. I'm willing to give it some time, but it feels like losing your main AWPer. It's just reminds me of similar problems they had, what, a year and a half ago in Pits and Forest.
That's why they brought Draken in.
Yeah.
So it is a bit conflicting. I can understand it. He was inconsistent. I could definitely see problems that arose. You know, he would look brilliant with it was the 30% window, right? I think that's what someone called it, the 30-degree window, where he would hit everything outside of that. Within it, struggled. Good play from Forest. This is a must-win round from NiP as they sit 5-1 down on the CT side. Finally, with guns back in their hands, they get the opening kill and further damage on his stick. Forest tries to commit to firing in flames. He'll get taken by Rush. Lycro traded. That opens up the entire pit side of the A site. Dennis still inside, wants to do something of it with the AWP. And as we mentioned, although he's picked it up, he's not as familiar or versed with the weapon. Good hold from Tariq toward Cubby, and this is going from bad to worse from NiP's perspective. As Get Right with an MP7 as a 1 versus 3, no kit to work with.
He has got an AK now, but he picks it up. It is going to make noise, and he was aware of it. Remember, Get Right was one of those players, I said, like shotgun, CZ. He went for the SMG. Oh, Inferno, that's absolutely fine. That works, but not in that particular round. And NiP are in disarray right now. They have got the 3rd stage loss bonus. That's $2,400. That's not enough to buy on the CT side. Let's give you another like small partial buy here. Deagles, maybe some Kevlar, a few CZs. But this is why Cloud9 have picked Inferno. As you can see, nothing too technical, nothing too fancy here. No fakes coming through. Just default into nice coordinated takes. Basic smokes being deployed, and it's working out for them. NiP don't really have a response. Their finances have been shocking so far, as they'll hold towards middle. 4-man stack there. So this is where Sticko might be in a bit of trouble here. Doesn't find the clean kill, but his teammate certainly does. Rush mows them down towards middle. That should be round at this point, because Rez will only find 1 kill, and he's now separated from the bomb. And the other side of the map, really. That Molotov going down, can't really do much with this. Finds an AK, might as well save that for the next round if he can.
Yeah.
We'll see whether he can get in a bit more.
If he can. I think Sticko might get to him first, given that he's got that low angle coming out from the underpass. He's spotted, however, but Rez with no armor is taken down to 30 on a single shot that lands. And they now know where he is. Sticko's able to slide out 7-1 Cloud9 over NiP. And NiP, I expected a little more, I have to say.
So now he got Rez on the orb.
Yeah.
This is
Pass it around, boys.
Right, this is like, for me, this is a nightmare for me. As an in-game leader, how can you ever have consistency when every game, even every round, the orb changing responsibilities is just being thrown around? Like, for me, I love vanilla CS. You have a dedicated AWPer, maybe a secondary to back him up, and we've got a PC crash, just to know. It's not a tactical timeout. Maybe it was, and it turned into a crash. I'm not sure. But either way, I just want to kind of reiterate that point that, for me, this, like, you might have one amazing game with it, but then if one of these players aren't feeling the AWP, and then you kind of pressuring someone else to pick it up when they're more comfortable with the rifle themselves, it just feels like it can turn into an absolute mess. You need a lot of things to be clicking for that to work out. So we'll see. Maybe Rez has been working on his orb. Like I said, fantastic aim. No reason why he can't use the weapon. He has been anchoring towards B, which is difficult with just a rifle, especially playing like barrels like he was. You are going to be punished a lot for that. So it is an official pause now of technical issues. Dennis PC crashed. I'm sure he'll be back momentarily. Round number 9, and it's 7-1 in favor of the North American squad, who have brought in a last-minute substitution. He's not officially signed to the team or anything like that, but no reason why he won't be, I guess. They're more looking for, I guess, maybe in-game leaders at this point, something like that. And it's kind of unclear what the future holds for Cloud9. But Sticko, I think that you and I were talking on the way here. I feel like he's a player that can play roles correctly. He's never going to be the flashiest or top of the scoreboard too often, but he can play bomb sides. He can follow calls. He's a smart player. He knows what he's doing.
What's the word that Thorin used, the footy reference that he...
I'm not sure. What did he...
It started with a T or whatever.
Talismanic?
Talismanic, that's it. Yeah, Sticko could be that in a way.
Yeah, I think so. Like he's never going to set the world on fire, but he's always going to be great for a team, I think. He brings a lot of experience, and he was obviously part of the amazing rise of Mouse Sports, and he'll know the formula, what got them there, and he had to go through the grind himself. So he could be a valuable asset. Who knows? I've definitely seen it happen before. These support players go over to different teams and show as they are capable of great things. Look at Taco and Liquid became a phenomenal player once he changed roles and got a little bit more leeway, I guess. But
let off the leash.
Yeah, but looks like he's back in. Thorin says confirmed, and we'll be back into round number 9 here. We'll have a look at the buy overall. Remember, Rez did buy the AWP. Might be dropping it, though. We're not 100% sure on that. Could be giving it to Dennis. But for now, NiP need to start posting rounds very quickly. This is best of 1. Pretty brutal format. If you do have a clean run through the upper bracket, this format, you can go straight to the semi-finals, which is quite nice. A lot of teams...
that seems to be the common way these days.
Yeah, so you'll see that's how, like, Ty Lewis, Sydney, for example, got to the semi-finals. Like, it can lead to a few upsets sometimes, and that's fine by me. Like, if these underdog teams can beat someone in the best of 3 to get there, then why not? Let's do it. So then we're back into the action now. Here we go. Orb the Skadoodle. Has he died yet? He has not. 5-0 still. 13 kills for Rush, just to note. Having a great game.
Molotov, as you saw, it went down toward the half wall, top of Banana. That'll segregate the defense and offense as they sit back on the NiP side and give up Banana control. Further fire deployed will push Rez off, but he's got the AWP. He wants back out. His former teammate in Draken, both before the NiP days and in NiP. He used to wield the weapon. He'll try it instead, not with great success. Automatic, meanwhile, jumping up inside of the boiler position. Don't be misled by that X right now. Lycro is not in the hallway. He's rather on the atrium outside as we look from his perspective. And he's absolutely heard that AK shot clearing out the doorway. They know very well that they're inside of the hallways. 3 players holding pit side. 1 to watch the doorway when they walk out of apartments, 2 to trade off of each other top mid. Now that does mean a little bit longer rotation toward the arch, but they've got lots of vision toward the mid wall. As Lycro still holds, Molotov's gonna push his teammate out. He's alone, no crossfire potential, has to get 1, can't be traded. Dennis forced too far back, in fact, couldn't even swing wide to get the return shot toward the boiler door, excuse me, as Rush brings it back level, 4-4, and they can swing back bomb 30 seconds toward B.
Well, looks like the B execution will be coming through. Rush, as ever, holding towards the top of middle, goes to join his teammates now, and it's going to be Dennis that catches him in transition. He's going to lock them in towards B now. He can call for his teammates. This should be an NiP round at this point. Skidoo goes in first through the smoke, and they can see running out of time. Nice clean round there. Get right, managing to get 2 kills towards the end. That's all down to Dennis, though. Getting that bit of information, knowing the time was low, wasn't that much presence towards middle. Took a bit of a gamble peeking down there, but it works out very nicely indeed. He catches that 1 kill, and then as soon as he does, he can call for all his teammates. Everything is clear. Get towards B, drop any utility you've got right now. There's 15 seconds remaining. There's no chance of coming A. So they do capitalize, and in terms of players surviving, there will be 4 left for NiP. This is much better. They've got res on the AWP again, but now they've got the full array of utility, and hopefully can find back-to-back rounds now to make this a little bit more competitive as we get deeper to Inferno.
Sticko trying to work back out flames at the barrels. Forest, meanwhile, with smoke down at the end of the hallway, is going to hold the apartments, this time doubling up toward Arch. They can rotate a lot quicker should they need to do so. So finally winning a round, they have to avoid the reset. You said it, AWP for res again, and Tarek already relinquishing, or rather giving up position of an really relinquishing much, because Sticko's still out behind the barrels, so it's not like they've given it up entirely. He's just willing to fall back. AWP on either side, because Skadoodle once more will bring it out. Has finally gone down. He's still 5 kills, by the way, this many rounds later. It was, I think, around 6 we pointed out that he was 5-0. He's now 5-1, 14-3 though for Rush. Super, super, super impressive half so far for him.
Yeah, very impressive stuff. 45 seconds though, and it feels like this is where Cloud9 struggle a little bit. If they don't get an early opening kill, they go for this very slow default, and then now it's a bit more execution-based. The smokes are being deployed. They're going to focus on taking the arch here, but Dennis once again looking to ruin everything as he peaks at the perfect time. Only good for 1 kill, though. Definitely was a few more available to him. Tarek, 1 HP again. That's the 2nd time as they're going for the B split. It's what they wanted to do before, but Rez in such a good spot. He's going to mow them down. He's got no chance. Let's get right. Chimes in. Sticko now trying to save the day, but this is going to be over. Skadoodle does manage to get that kill. I didn't think he had a chance out of the AWP. Now 1 versus 1 against the almighty Forest. Default plant comes in, and Patrick comes in from the banana area. He's got the kit. No grenades, and an AK-47.
Perfect positioning there for Skadoodle, because he'll see that cross. Now, it doesn't give him much to work with if he misses, if he comes up light from Emo. In fact, he's going to play more passive so that Forest is further committed in, and therefore Skadoodle can take the duel more effectively, has the bomb in his favor. As Forest is going to tap that, Skadoodle knows exactly where he is. Forest isn't tapping that. He's holding it. That makes it easy for Skadoodle as he 1v2s it. Essentially a 1v1. It was a trade kill to get there, but it was a swift one nonetheless.
Absolutely so. Well, there we have it. It will be Skadoodle coming out on top. Remember, he went into that round with 5-0, leaves us 7-1. Well played by him, and that's just a nightmare for NiP. They can't find consecutive rounds here. Like we said, they did keep 4 players up once more, but then reinvesting all the grenades, you can see where it leaves you, only getting 1,400 extra. Get right, he's been struggling with the economy throughout this game. He's died 8 times, 9 deaths for Forest, and Lecro looks like they'll be buying into it as well. This could be do or die time. Don't win this round, and it's likely this could end up like a 12-3 half against them. So what's the overall complexion looking like? We've got 1 M4A1S for Dennis, 2 SMGs, and 2 pistols. That really isn't ideal. They've focused more on the smokes to try and hold these T's at bay, but someone needs to go big, and it has to be Dennis, really. He's got the only real firepower here. The silenced M4 with now more bullets. We hopefully see a bit more of it. It was getting a little bit one-sided with the M4A4, but it's given 20 more reserve bullets now. I don't think that's enough of a buff, really. I would say the fire rate needs to be improved a little bit just to kind of make it a viable weapon. The silencer just not doing it for me right now in terms of that's the only real selling point of it. Is this, you can't be heard through smokes, but the M4 has got so much in favor overall. But either way, we get into Dennis, challenging towards middle. Remember, he found him in the back last time. They're not checking his position, but every time they are chaining him out 1-for-1. But Electro's Deagle comes to life, and sloppy play from Cloud9 will make things very uncomfortable indeed. They don't focus towards quad at all, and they take a huge risk as Forest makes it work. Electro with 3 kills in the round, though, 2 with the Deagle, and you can see Cloud9's basics, those defaults not working out the 2nd time. Now, Dennis has had 3 players in front of him when he peaks from quad.
Solid win from NiP, considering they were down to a 1-on-1, mind you, but effectively reset after finally winning another round. 8-3. They're salvaging what they can from the round. From the half, I should say. having 3 rounds, then 4 rounds go against them, then they trade finally back and forth. It's going to whittle down the economy on the Cloud9 side, meaning that although both have SMGs brought out and both have a bit of a ropey buy, there's kits available for 4 players on NiP, and if they're able to win this round, they'll actually break Cloud9, meaning they could still, in theory, pull this back to 8-7.
Yeah, that was a huge round for them. Like I said, that was do or die time. They had to win that one with Electro. So good at the Desert Eagle, delivers the goods, and maybe finds him some footing here. As you can see the money being whittled down at this point. Tarek on the UMP. They'll go towards B. That's where they found the majority of their success. Rez will be boosted up on towards first oranges. They'll be backed up by Get Right. Will take the aggro away from Coffins. Get Right with the rifle. Rez with the SMG. That's why he's close range there. Goes towards the second boxes now. Get Right there. Just going to be trying to challenge as much as he can. He wants to take that aggro away so they potentially don't look at Rez. As the Molotov's going to do a lot of damage there. Goodness gracious. As they'll have to fall back. Sticker down to 32.
Stepping wide. Automatic able to take out Rez immediately with the AK-47. Good find. He was already weakened up, I believe, with a bit of the damage from the nades. Automatic still on 2. Or they're on 4. Excuse me. Player number 2. Wrong number. Either way, gets 1 kill already and can fall off it. Now they've got to be a little bit careful, having gotten Rez, that they don't overcommit. Sticko and Automatic both very low instead. They'll send out Tarek toward the A site. Given that Rush just fell off of Boiler and the current composition in the banana, I suggest this goes to be 20 seconds as well.
15 coming in now as Tarek goes down, tries to lug. That really isn't working out for them. I think they'd be better off just sending 5 players in the same position. Can they trade frags here? Rush doesn't even need to trade. He'll just bully both of them out of position. What the hell was that?
That's unreal. That wasn't even a lineup.
No assists or anything like that. Both headshots.
Yeah, not even a lineup. They were staggered. I'd love to see that from his POV. Rush gets all the way around now inside of Ruins, and after NiP come away with a victory they ultimately shouldn't have given the weaponry in the last round, they will not get the break point they desperately need to pull this to 8-7. So forget that theory. They will try and save 2 AK-47s, however. Electro and Forest still up, but 9-3 for Cloud9. Rush is playing unbelievably well.
Yeah, that's a crazy little sequence from him. The fact he goes in there, like you said, they're not lined up. That wasn't like a proper spray transfer or anything like that. It felt like calm bursts he was doing. There's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, took both of them down. 1 to new boxes, 1 just dropped off the boost as well. That was actually kind of nuts. And they were in correct positions, really. Maybe overextending a bit much. Like, I feel like Get Right should have been baiting in Rez. Maybe that would have been the ideal setup. Like, Get Right goes down, then it sets him up with 10 seconds remaining. They're both challenging at this point. That really isn't ideal. The idea of the B bomb site and Inferno, you're playing off each other. You're trying to take aggro for one another. Ideally, you don't want to be on the same side of the bomb site, but if you do, you want to be trying to pretend there's only one here. So there's one in new boxes behind second oranges. That should be clear. If Get Right does his job properly, gets 1 kill, then goes down. That sets Rez up with what, 6 seconds on the clock to deny the plant. That should have been the play, but they didn't really come together, didn't synergize in that setting. They should have looked at the time and realized this is how we're going to win the round. Sure, it's great shots by Rush, and that was unlucky in that sense, but I feel like they could have done more to win the round overall. 9-3, and it has to be the force buy here, unfortunately, for NiP. They're getting into real desperate times at this point, but it's not the worst with 2 AK saved. And have those in the hands of Forest and Lecro. 2 very worthy players of that particular rifle. And to go with it, a FAMAS, a UMP, and an MP7. So mishmash again, but Cloud9 hardly looking like a well-oiled machine right now on their T side. Definitely lots of holes to exploit. As we get into round number 13 here, we'll see whether there's a different setup at all. Get Right and Rez with the FAMAS and the MP7 go towards B, but Tarek looking to gun them down here. He'll get the first, but surely traded out here. Low HP with his teammates coming back him up. They don't have to commit to this one. Wait for the reaction. Dennis is already there. He's got a pretty difficult weapon to work with, but that was fantastic. He saves the day with the UMP, and that's why I said maybe just hold things up completely. You get 2 kills towards B. That should be round 1. If everyone starts panicking, the low HP, trying to run and make things happen, that's when it can all fall apart. This is where NiP get back into it now. Segregated. Rush goes in alone towards the apartments. Necronoser coming towards the apartment side, or court side, I should say, but well recovered from Cloud9. Dennis low HP, and he's done his job already in this round. I don't think he'll be able to win this one.
Yeah, did well to catch them slightly awkwardly toward the top of Banana. One with a nade out, and then just capitalized. An opportunist in the rounds. Bit sloppy from Cloud9, but they'll find the 10th round, and Dennis at least upgrades onto an AK-47. Molotov down Banana for self-preservation at this point in time, so too his positioning in Ruins. Press E, follow me, chicken.
Yeah, protect it at this point. You're the only hope. in more ways than one, really. Not only for the chicken. You can see NiP's money's complete disaster right now, as they'll get, at this point, I think second stage loss bonus. It's going to be double digits, almost guaranteed for the next round. So, well, sorry, it's already 10-3 now. So what do? They force buy again? Do they save around number 50? And I think that's the only option they can really have. They've got an AK, though, so they force up around that. It's very difficult. I guess buying up around the AK will be having more success than just 4 pistols and that particular weapon. So Rez brings out the M4. 3 pistols to go around it. That's every last cent they had, really. 2 rifles, 3 pistols, and Skadoodle's back on the AWP.
Bomb intentionally left at the bottom of the T-stairs while Cloud9 starts to push upward and toward Banana. Skadoodle once more, 8 kills now. Will hold toward the site. Molotov to push them back, and he'll take a better angle, a more aggressive stance to try and spot towards CT. All the way around the corner, perhaps. Straight contact from the AWP. Tarek, therefore, has to take a position at the sandbags, because if the AWP fires one shot deep inside of the site, even if he hits Rez or otherwise, it would have been Get Right that had the ability to swing out and trade it. So Tarek was basically playing Protect at that point.
Well then, in terms of utility, CTs have 1 smoke now. They have got an interesting little setup towards a boiler room, though. Desperate times call for desperate measures. I like this idea, though. Dennis has been great at finding frags, but unfortunately, Automatic's got his number this time. Surely going to get the double kill here. Maybe even the triple. Forresto will hold strong with the CZ, but they know he's going to be the last line of defense on the ace side. So they can just hold up now. Go towards Arch, wait for transitioning players to come through as that smoke dissipates. It's Get Right with the pistol. He'll have to back Forrest up and leave. Poor old, I assume, Rez towards B. Indeed it is. He's got the M4. So 2 pistols now to defend the A bomb sites. Forrest knows he has to hunt for a little bit of a kill here. Does a bit of damage, but can't find the frag.
Tarek swinging back in, easily finding Get Right in the open, who was not yet ready for them to arrive on that angle, or that position. Behind him as they were. It's Rez left in a 1 versus 4, and this game slowly getting out of hand in the favor of Cloud9. They'll love this. I mean, we talked about it coming into this. Defending finalists, is that a thing? Runner-up in the Cologne event last year, defending major champions. Gone through a bit of a problem lately, a bit of a struggle. And in this group, NiP, sure, they just made changes as well. They've been inconsistent throughout, but I didn't know what to expect from Cloud9. So this is a great start.
To be fair, even with this sort of numbers right now, I'm still not that excited. It looks like NiP are very flat right now. They've really played themselves in terms of the economy. It's just a game where they haven't really excited me at all. So it's difficult to really take that much away from Cloud9 at this point.
But in a group stage, you got to take every win.
Yeah, exactly. It's great for them in that sense. It's just like, if I had to analyze this demo right now, I'd say, well, Cloud9 played a very basic game, and they had lots of flaws and holes to exploit. A drill team, let's say they go up against Team Liquid, for example, or maybe even Astralis, they would absolutely devour this Cloud9 squad the way they're playing right now. But NiP aren't really doing anything, already had the option to do anything because the money's been so low. We haven't seen the AWP have any sort of impact whatsoever. There's been no exciting pushes towards Banana or a change of pace, and it's looking quite flat from them especially. But Cloud9, they're exploiting it and getting a great scoreline here. Rez will drop the smoke and find the first kill. That smoke is designed to extinguish whatever Molotov's coming towards him. It looked like he missed it almost, but that's by design, I assure you. As he gets the first kill, taking down Sticko there. Little boost player on the half wall now. Times are very difficult for them as Tarek does get a kill in response. They know they're going to be trying to recover those weapons. It's Automatic. Is patient, pulls with a flashbang from his teammate, capitalizes on the frag, but surely goes down here. Nice work by Get Right. 3 versus 3, but that still favors Cloud9.
So Get Right, smoke down. They were desperate to get this to 11-4. Actually jumps up on top of the barrels, gives up a little bit of damage, takes himself onto 48 as spray from Tarek connects from the AK, and now Rush waiting for Tarek's arrival, as well as the AWP from Skadoodle will hold outside of the apartments. This goes toward A. With that, they still have an anchor in pit. It's Forrest, but he's only got a CZ and he's fully blind.
Yeah, you can see like that smoke's missed. The flashbang was decent, but like you can see they're calling on the fly right now. So like, oh, I'll just smoke this. You jump out now, and we'll go together. It's working, but it's not going to be tournament-winning formula so far. But I respect it. They are doing a great job, and it's perfect for what they're being presented with here on Inferno. So there we go. Get Right, Dennis. Last round, pretty much have to go for this. 3-on-2, no kids, no nades. Just a dream as Skadoodle spots them both. That will change everyone's attention towards quad. Flashbang goes in, but there's no chance. Just run in, hope for the best. And down they go. 12-3 on the CT half of Inferno is about as bad as it gets. It's a CT-sided map. Not as much as it used to be, I'll say that much. It's probably in the order right now, I'd say it goes Nuke, Train, Inferno. So it's still really bad news for NiP. They do have to win the pistol at this point. There's no question about it. Lose the pistol, that's going to be GG. Cloud9 are going to win. Yeah,
absolutely. CT side, and if they can get the economy rolling. You're right in saying that NiP never had the economy in their favor and didn't necessarily play that to perfection.
The thing is, the problem they've got as well, right? The fact they don't have that dedicated AWP, it doesn't feel like there's any urgency to get the AWP out. They've only had it once, right? And it just did
twice. I think Rez had it twice.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like they're like, oh, we need to rebuild our finances back into the AWP. They're like, well, we can buy enough for 4 rifles at SMG. Let's just do that. And they kept buying on that because no one's wanting to get the AWP out, right? So that's for me, that's a massive problem. You don't really seem to have a setup you really want to aim towards. Just maybe if you find the AWP, you pick it up. But
actually, I think to be exact, they had it 3 times because Dennis had it once really early as well.
Yeah, he might have picked it up as Skadoodle, I guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's possible. But either way, I get your point. They didn't save to try and get toward it. Lekro, good start. Rush down. You said if Cloud9 wins this pistol, they walk away with the game. So, therefore, NiP going to do everything they can, everything in their power to disallow that. And getting the first kill certainly bodes well. More so because it's against Rush, who, as we start round 16, is already, if I'm not mistaken, well over 20 kills or thereabout. He was on 18 last I looked. To confirm, he's on 21, so he has gone over the 20 mark already. Automatic Skadoodle with 2, pulling it back for Cloud9. Forrest managing 1 so far on the pistol. He got 2 last time, but was shut down immediately after. He'll switch to the USP and try and do what he can. He's gotten to water as well, which means he can isolate Automatic, but rather he faces off against Tarek. That's going to drop the bomb, and Tarek goes back out to close the round. 13-3 indeed for Cloud9.
Well, there we go. It was looking so promising there. Lekro, the opening frag towards B. He thought his classic NiP executions had come through, drop a smoke, get him together. But all of a sudden, it fell on its head. And NiP now, with no bomb plant in the previous round, they'll have to force buy here. This is really the last chance. As Skadoodle running through the smoke. You can see those sort of plays can be so difficult to contain. You're not anticipating it, especially with no warning, like a flashbang coming through. The smoke is great for holding CTs out, but if anyone's got the balls to run through, then they certainly can find kills. It's going to be Deagles and CZs here, and Cloud9 know if they win this round, that's pretty much it. As it'll be 14-3 in the money order to be non-existent for the Ninjas, as Lekro has to fall back as the utilities is too overwhelming. Sticko now has full control. This is what Chris J used to do at Mouseport when he was playing with them. MP7, Smoker T-steps, player on the bottom here, so maybe take a bit of a leaf out of his book and trying to patrol this particular area. It was normally Sunny and Chris J that did this, so Sunny not there anymore. It's going to be Sticko, so there we have it.
Pistols all around for the Ninjas. But I rely on being stealth. Sticko just scouting above the half wall. Will spot, I think, both. Definitely saw Lekro, but I think he spotted both heads running around. They actually get some damage in him. He falls to 47. Has to retreat to the site. Has to call for the rotation. They relied on him to anchor. He's been efficient. And this is what you were talking about. Can hold bomb sites and not go down, not overextend. He's playing smart.
That he always aims to. It might even be a scrappy kill, but he always gets 1 kill, it feels like. He's always solid for that. He's been tagged up now, so he goes to a more defensive position of the boost. He knows he's going to have an advantage there, especially if his teammates towards Coffin's taking that aggro away. We talked about this. Banana is all about just playing off each other. Skadoodle wants to take that initial aggro like he has right now, and hopefully they don't check the boost. Sticker didn't feel confident they're on low HP, but does find that 1 kill we were talking about. Unfortunately, Skadoodle can't replicate it. That's automatic now to try and pick up the pieces here. Brings it back to the 3 versus 3, but the bomb is going to be planted as he barrels in towards the Ruin's position. Get right to defend him, but surely goes down here, and indeed he does.
Rush over the barrels. Tarek to find Lekro. The retake. A success, an overwhelming success, as 3 players started it and 3 players remain alive. Bomb plant at least gives NiP a chance to buy guns earlier, but we go to 14 rounds already for Cloud9. Best of 1s to start things off. We've got 4 best of 1s before, obviously going through the group, before we arrive at our best of 3s, of which there will be 2 today. And those will be brought to you by Lauren and Jason.
The creamy couple, they call themselves.
Creamy couple.
Yeah.
It's true. Anything Jason's in has cream involved.
14-3, NiP just have to take the time out. This is just the absolute slums of CS at this point. You know in the back of your mind this game's done, but we've got to keep fighting. There's sometimes a way out of these scenarios. but you've got no money. You're 14-3 down, and you've got to buy up with CZs, MP7s, and stuff like that. See where it takes you. And they'll take the tactical timeout, but we'll look at the scoreboard right now. Rez, 6-12, which is one of the star players, hasn't really fragged at all. Dennis and Get Right, 7 kills but each and 14 deaths. Only Lecro has really posted any sort of promising numbers with 12 and 15. Forest, 10 and 14. At the top, of course, is Rush for Cloud9. 21 kills for him, 17 for Tarek, and then 13 for Automatic. So we do get a couple of AKs here. It's not completely disastrous, that bomb going on the previous round. So we'll see if they can make anything of it. Automatic on the AWP, though.
Nade out from Forest. No one extending quite so far as to catch that on the other side. Meanwhile, they'll start to work up behind the smoke at middle. Flashback to Banana from Forest, so as to suggest they're still trying to take that position despite that they're moving ever closer toward top mid. AKs to lead. Does NiP have tactics that can resolve these issues? 14 rounds already for Cloud9. Tag this Skadoodle, he'll go down to 73. They know that he's inside of the site, but they can't commit to that as of yet because they still have to worry that Rush is on the balcony and Tarek is in a perfect position at Cubby. Able to spot both directions. Right, getting desperate.
So, still 5 players remain and 3 smokes in their possession. Good map control as well. Dennis is making his way towards Arch, but Sticko is in a position that's almost allowed him to get there. And he's just holding up for that 1 kill we talked about. There it is, it comes in. Can he find anything more? He's going to be challenging Forest here, who gets a double kill. 3 versus 3, takes considerable damage though. As now Automatic holding towards CT spawn, but he's only watching the speedway. He's going to be done for here. Oh, maybe not. Forest drops the smoke. Okay, so that stops him out. They're going to go back towards A now, but still, he had a kill there. Obviously, he wasn't aware of it. If only he went towards B, there'd been a guaranteed frag and maybe even the round.
100%, I thought you were right that he was absolutely going down. He just barely got away, timing everything. The fact that they threw the smoke, though, Rush knew that meant they were going back toward A, and he gets positioned in the site. Oh, Get Right just barely gets him down, but there's no time to win the round, and Automatic is well aware of that fact. 15 for Cloud9, 3 for NiP.
A scrappy finish, but that's all that was required there. The SMG left in a 3 versus 1, finds that 1 kill on Forest, swings round, the low HP Rez found as well, and at that point, the round was absolutely theirs. It's going to be 15-3. It has to be the force by every single round from this point of NiP, I'm afraid. And I don't think 12 rounds in a row on the T side of Inferno, the way they've been playing today, is really possible. This has been quite flat performance from NiP. Like we said, money, a massive problem for them, but Cloud9, nothing particularly too special. Haven't really looked themselves today. So will this be the end of it? NiP with Galil's, Famas, and Thorns.
Good spray down Sticko. Rez and Forest, not really much to fight with as they try and pick them apart with the pistols. Get Right again toward the apartments. He's going to try and spot out Skadoodle. Well aware of the fact that Rush could swing and try and bait himself back in, but Tarek leaves us with just 2 remaining. Get Right and Lecro. Lecro's usually proficient on a Deagle, but he's on slightly better than that this time with the Famas. All but done. Cloud9 will pick up a win to start things off. Rush puts down Get Right. It's Lecro in a 1 versus 5. So a good start with Sticko standing in. It was Rush that led the way throughout. 24 kills in total. Tarek not far off that on 19. Sticko finishes with 12, but 16-3 is as one-sided as it gets to start off an event.
Yeah.